Hey squad, LB back here to share my hot take on what looks to soon be news. And let me confirm when I say it looks to be, I mean it's a prediction from my observations. And my observations show a strong indication that the Elite Series 3 controller is on its way, and likely to be here as early as the end of 2021. Before I dive deeper into the details behind my prediction, I like to ask that if you find any of this helpful or you just enjoy the content, please like, share, and subscribe as it helps the channel grow and it informs me of what you want to hear more of. I really appreciate your support. So, how did I come to this conclusion? Last week, while browsing Amazon, I was recommended an Elite Series 2 controller. However, I noticed the price was slashed down to $157.99 from its normal tag price of $179.99. As I have a background in marketing, I got to thinking about this in a little bit of a different way. My immediate thoughts were this is being sold as used, refurbished, or by a reseller violating MAP. MAP is an acronym that stands for Minimum Advertised Pricing. MAP is when a manufacturer tells its distributors the minimum price they can advertise their products at. This is why you never see official retailers advertising products like Xboxes or PlayStations considerably less than one another, especially around the holidays. Instead, you'll see something more like a bundle deal to add a little bit of value. But to my surprise, after clicking on the listing, the seller was Microsoft, and the controller was new, Prime eligible, and cheaper than the resellers offering new versions on the same listing. As I saw, Microsoft has a vendor relationship with Amazon, which is basically where Amazon buys product directly from a company at wholesale to resell on Amazon. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to make this a course on Amazon or e-com sales, but I want to just give a little context to what my thoughts were around this. So once a company sells their products to Amazon, Amazon becomes the owner and they can treat the prices as they wish, allowing them to go as low as they want to own that buy box when it matters to them. As Amazon is so big, they can sometimes debo smaller companies, especially when it comes to MAP, as they want users to have a great experience and get the lowest prices. But I expect Amazon to put a little bit of respect on Microsoft's name, as they're another behemoth company and a worthwhile partnership to keep around. So seeing Amazon take this price below Microsoft's MAP when this controller is rarely on sale indicates that it was likely approved or requested by Amazon, as they really want to move units in a short time. Another thing I noticed was on the Amazon listing, it states Xbox One. I can't recall if this has always been the case, but since the release of the Series X and the S, there have been a swarm of companies making a price grab and promoting slightly updated versions of their accessories as for Series X or S and jacking up the prices. So my thoughts are they could be trying to prime users that the Elite Series 2 controller is meant for the Xbox One, and you're going to want something different for the X or the S. Outside of Amazon, you'll see just about every other retailer has a similar price cut. So to me, this confirms that Microsoft sanctioned this price cut. Also, I know last week was Labor Day weekend, another huge sales holiday for retail, and this is the main reason why I waited on making this video. As I said before, I rarely saw this controller on sale or less than MAP, even around major holidays. And when I saw the price reduction, I still thought they were trying to move units for a specific reason, but I thought they were trying to hide it around the holiday. Then they would jack it back up to MAP prices after. However, that didn't happen because I'm still seeing discounted prices everywhere today. There have been community discussions around a new Elite controller coming to support the new next-gen consoles, but many didn't expect it to come this soon, as the ES2 dropped in November 2019 and the ES1 dropped around 3 years before that. But with the anticipated and recent announcements of the more true next-gen titles coming to next-gen consoles in Q4 and beyond, it makes sense Microsoft and others might want to make the business decision to take advantage of the coming momentum, especially as there's many of us that still are looking to get our hands on a next-gen console. Also, I think we all know Microsoft loves their November drops. Also, on the note of this momentum wave, we already seen Scuf release their controller, the new Instinct, which I'm not sure I'm going to test, but have to admit that new paddle layout does look intriguing, so we'll see. I'm also starting to see more talks and releases of PS5 Pro controllers, especially the one by Hex Gaming. But I do have to note, the last I saw, this controller is not licensed by Sony and it hasn't been tested by myself. so I can't really speak to the performance of it. But I can say that it looks good and it could be a viable option for PS5 users looking for a Pro option and not wanting to go with a PS4 controller and a Pro pack. And while we're on the subject of SCUF, we know Microsoft worked with SCUF in developing the original Elite. I'm pretty sure SCUF didn't sell their new design to Microsoft, but I could see them maybe having a potential role in the development of a new Elite controller. But this is something I really hope isn't the case. But as we know, often in the space, many of these companies know what their close competitors are working on, and they're typically concurrently developing something to compete with them directly. So I'm hoping Microsoft did this on their side, but actually doing the R&D themselves now that they have a proven concept that people want this controller. But this is me assuming that their margins were big enough to take that profit and reinvest it, which I hope was the case. Their existing 3-year extended warranty has been a step in the right direction, but if you're like me, I don't like sending in my controller to have it be fixed and wait for it to come back, even though I really appreciate the fix and the turnaround is just only a few days. If the Elite Series 3 comes out and it only has improved internals, I'd be happy with just that. I'm currently testing other controller options, and I have to say the Elite Series 2 is still going strong and my favorite controller. I just asked Microsoft, please don't give me some lame price grab edition that has a share button, a 3.5mm audio jack, and some new colorways, and raise the price up to 200 plus. That would just make me mad. And that's it. That's my hot take. I can be completely off here, but it definitely looks to me that something's going on and they're looking to deplete as much inventory as possible. Maybe they just have a surplus of all the units they requested in 2020 because the demand surged and it was nearly impossible to get an Elite Series 2 without getting price grabbed back in 2020. I don't know. What do you think is going on? What do you want to see if they update it to an Elite Series 3 controller? Or what do you want to see in general from Pro controllers? I really enjoy these discussions with you guys, so feel free to share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.